Hello and welcome everyone to Social Media Impact. I am Daniel Ambolino. I am the founder of PCTechAuthority.com and a moderator for the Strategic Social Networking community on Google+. Today we're going to talk about social media marketing and why 99% fail and 1% somehow manage to succeed on an astronomical scale. We're also going to talk about at the end of the video, I'm going to have some information that's geared specifically towards the members of the Strategic Social Networking community regarding rules and guidelines and what some of our plans are moving forward. And we will take questions and comments from people. If you guys have any questions or comments for community management, you're welcome to put it in the post at the end of this video, and we will definitely take a look at it. So let's start with the marketing. Why do so many people fail at marketing content, products, and services online? Why? What are they doing wrong? Well, I want to tell you what they're doing. I want to tell you what the right way is to do it, but there's probably a million right ways, and there's probably a million wrong ways. So I'm just going to give you an idea here of what I see that people are doing and why it's not working for them. And then I'm going to throw in my marketing concept, what I do on a daily basis. It actually works for me. It works for my business. It's worked very well, in fact. So here's what doesn't work. Just people on Google Plus will just spin out article after article after article and just dump them all over communities, all over Google Plus, and the content gets dumped out in front of hundreds of thousands of people. And you know what's funny? It just gets ignored. Nobody even cares it's even there. They look at it and they go, psh, and they just keep going through the stream. It's just because why? But here's a question: why are they doing this? Because they're trying to drive traffic to their website to convert that traffic into a sale for their product or their service. I see this every day in strategic social networking. There's 30-something thousand people in here, and we got people that will write up a dry, boring article and dump it in the community, and they get people to the website, and now they got ads plastered everywhere for their services. Oh, find out about our social media marketing services, how you can get 30 days free, get 20% off, marketing services for up to 6 months, and find out how you can get a package deal on our web hosting and all of this stuff. Well, you know what? There's like God knows how many social media marketers online. Okay, I could probably think of 1,000 social media marketing companies at the top of my head. I could just make a phone call and get help if I needed it, right? Likewise, how many web hosting services are there? So the question is, what sets your product, your service, your content apart from the competition? What is it about your product or service or your content that makes it better than everything else out there? Okay, so that's something to think about, but we'll come back to that in a minute. First, let's get to what does not work: broadcasting. People just dumping content out. They're trying to convert on that traffic. By the way, we're gonna be making some changes to some rules in the community regarding that. If you are just producing content for the purposes of solely to drive traffic to your website to convert on a sale, then you don't need to be posting your content here. Because if you don't take any interest in what it is that you're writing about, then why are you writing about it? What is the point of even posting it? You're just wasting your time. And I'm sure a lot of people are probably listening to this video right now and are looking at me and they're going, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about, and and they'll argue it and they'll go, oh yeah, I make plenty of money and I have a successful business. Well, people who have a successful business don't spam the internet with 5,000 posts on Google Plus every day, begging people, literally begging. It's like panhandlers, begging people to buy their products and services. Here's the thing: quality products, services, and content sell themselves. And that's just it. There's all this talk about marketing. How do you market? How do you market? You got to connect with users. You got to connect with users. You got to connect. I hear this all day long. But guess what? Connecting with users will not make your product, your service, or your content successful. In fact, I will make a sure bet you could have 10 million followers, and guess what? If none of them like your product, your service, your content, you have no business. They might like you, but that doesn't mean that they want to purchase your products from you. Doesn't mean they have any interest in your products or services or your content at all. So the question is, how do you reel people in to get them excited about your product, your service, your content? Okay, like I said, connecting with users, it's a very, very, very small piece of a very complex puzzle that we call social media marketing and information technology. It's a very, very, very small piece. Okay, here's what I do, and this works for me for marketing. Okay, And the concept sounds very simple, and it's really not. It's actually very complicated. But the concept, the general idea is very simplified. I'm going to simplify it for you. It's production, presentation, and marketing in that order. The concept itself is that simple. Now, actually developing this concept, its reality for a given product, service, or content, that's where things get complicated. So you have production. What are you doing? You're producing quality content, right? What is quality content? Well, quality content is generally what the general public thinks is quality. I might like something and somebody else may not like it. They may look at it and go, oh, this is complete crap, I don't like it. And I may look at the same thing and go, I really like this. I'm going to buy this product, services, content, right? Okay, then you have presentation of that content. Okay, so it's a subject, like I said, the word quality is a subjective term. Okay, just because we think something's great doesn't mean the rest of the world does. You have to convince other people that your product or service or content is worthy of investing their time and their money in. And then you have presentation. How do you present that content to people? How do you grab people's attention with it? Okay. And then we have marketing, and that's where all the talk is. Let's just market, connect with users, market. No, it doesn't matter. You have to start with the product. Because you can connect, like I said, you can connect with people all day long, but if they don't like your product, your service, your content, then the marketing is pointless. It's totally worthless, in fact. It will do nothing for you. And it doesn't matter how you present that product and service, that content, because like I said, you have to start from the ground up. You have, which is the product itself. What are you developing? What are you creating? Are you creating, here's another thing too, are you creating that content or that product or service for users? Or are you just creating content, products, and services just in the hopes of making money? Because if your whole concept is to make money and your first priority is not the user, then you're not going anywhere. And I see this all day long. I'm not giving any names, but in strategic social networking community, it's pretty obvious that a lot of the people here are not making money. Their businesses are not working out. If they were making money and their businesses and their products or services and their content were so wonderful, then why do they need to spam it out to 10 different communities? Why are they begging people to buy their stuff? Here's where everybody has it all wrong with marketing. Don't spend all your time doing marketing. Let the public do all the marketing for you. Personally, I do 0.1% of all the marketing that's done on my website, I do myself. You know who does the other 99.9% of the marketing? It's the public. In fact, it's people I don't even know. They do all the work for me with marketing. I don't have to market anything. In fact, right now, as you're sitting here watching this video and I'm sitting here and I'm running my mouth and everything, I know there's people on my website sharing my content. Why? Because I didn't build my website and produce my content solely to make money. Yeah, I do like to make money off of the products and services and the content that I produce too, but it's always secondary to the product or service or the content itself. That's something that should come after. If you need to be thinking about what it is that you really, really like, what are you really passionate about, focus your attention there. Take your passions, build it into a working product, a working content, a working service. If you're passionate about it, if you're excited about it, other people are going to get passionate about it. They're going to get excited about it too. And if people like what you have to offer, they will do all the marketing. Why are you spending all of your time doing marketing when you could have other people doing it for you? And so everybody just spends all this time, this market, Twitter, Pinterest, Facebook, Foursquare, Google Plus. It just gets old, and it gets to the point where it doesn't matter where you market this stuff, and 99% of people end up realizing, you know what, nobody even cares for my content. I can't get anybody to buy my product. Nobody even looks at the description for my service at all. They don't care anything about it because you're not focusing on the product itself. You gotta start with the product. Create products, services, and content for users. It's that simple. And if you don't take an interest in it yourself, no one else will, and it's just a waste of time. So that's my marketing concept, and it works. Start with production. Then start planning on how you plan. How do you plan to present that product, that service, that content to people? It's really important. Do you use graphics in your posts? Do you use, like what I did with this video, do you use overlay animations and graphics and stuff to help grab attention? Another thing too, what do you have that's credible? I'm not going to purchase a product or service or content from somebody that I don't know without being able to see something that helps me to define what their credibility is. Okay. So that's a factor too. We can get into that in another episode. For right now, we're just looking at why some fail with marketing and why some succeed with it. And like I said, what people are doing in strategic social networking, with their, just writing up a dull, boring, quick 2-minute article just to drive traffic to their site. If you're still doing this, I suggest you stop, because we're probably going to start taking action against people that are doing this. You should be producing content for people, not to sell your products or services. Personally, I don't care what your product or service or your content is, but if you want to get me excited about it, give me a reason to. Another thing too, people don't explain their products, their services, and their content. If you want to market something, you need to explain in detail what that product, the service, or that content is, why people should want to use it, why they should want to begin with, and what makes it so great. What makes it better? What makes your web hosting service better than everyone else's? What makes your social media marketing services better than everybody else's? Because I'll tell you one thing I do see on Google Plus is thousands of supposed professional social media marketers that couldn't market, they couldn't sell snow cones out of a snow cone stand, much less pitch their social media marketing services to Google Plus users. If you can't manage a snow cone stand, how are you going to sell social media marketing services to the public? Where is your credibility? Do you have examples of people that you did work for? Do you have success stories that you can share on your website? What do you have that makes you credible? Because I just see a whole bunch of people just broadcasting garbage all over Google Plus in the hopes of making a sale. And it's obvious no one's buying any of their crap. That's very obvious. In fact, like I said, any successful product or service or content doesn't have to beg people to read their article or to purchase their web hosting services, or buy their software, their help desk applications, whatever. Okay, so that's that. If you guys want to, if people want to keep, spamming the internet in hopes that one day they're, magically going to make $10,000 a month off of their social media marketing service, when they have no record of any work they've ever done for anyone, and they might as well not even exist, but somehow they expect me to dish out money out of my wallet to pay for services from somebody who obviously doesn't have the skills to get the job done. Give people a reason. If you could do what you say you could do, then actually do it. Okay, I tell people all the time, yes, I'm a web designer, I'm an information technology specialist, I'm a computer networking specialist. Well, I can talk about it all day long, and it means absolutely crap. Okay, but instead of just talking about it, I went and I built a bunch of websites myself. I produce content. I write tutorials for web design, computer networking, computer science, information, everything, all kinds of different areas of information technology, including social media, search engine optimization, and everything else. Okay, what makes me credible is that I don't just talk about what I know and what I do. I don't just preach it. I actually do it, and then I show people the results, and that gives me credibility. Okay. And credibility means a lot. I've mentioned this before in articles I've written. I've mentioned this before in videos I've done. Credibility is like everything. If you don't have it, then no one's going to do business with you. People are very wary. There's a lot of scams going on the internet these days. You got a bad economy, and so there's a lot of crooked stuff going on. So you really have to give people an added reason to want to do business with you. And if you can't do that, then you really got some issues there. So that's what it is. This is just a note for the people on strategic social networking and to the rest of Google Plus. Whatever you're doing, it doesn't work. And once you actually decide to focus on the users themselves and produce content, products, and services for people with the intent of actually being useful in some manner to somebody, then people will start paying attention to your work. If I can write an article and it can get shared 1,000 times, why can't you write an article and get shared 1,000 times? Why? Because a lot of you people don't care. You're just you're trying to just drive traffic to your sites to get people to click on your ads or to buy into your products and services. And again, it does not work. It didn't work yesterday. It didn't work last week, and it ain't gonna work tomorrow. So wake up call. And a lot of you probably have marketing methods that work, but I'm just letting you know what works for me. Start with a product. Develop a product. Okay, develop a protocol, a starting product. Think about how you want to present that product, that content, that service, or that product to people. How can you present that in a manner to where it looks nice, it feels nice, and it smells nice, and people want it? Is your post on Google Plus something that when I'm going through the stream on a community or my home stream, and I see, am I going to want to click on that? Is this something that's really going to interest me? Because if not, then you really need to start investigating. If your content is performing poorly, then you need to do some investigating to find out why that content, that product or service is not performing well. And a couple ways that you can do that is to look at your social metrics, your technical metrics. What are people saying about your product, services, content? Look at your technical metrics. What your Webmaster Tools account, what keywords do you score for? What are people linking to? Are they linking to your content? Do people really like it? If you're writing social media marketing related articles, are other social media sites linking back to yours? Are other people in the industry taking interest in your product, your service, your content? Are they taking interest in the idea that you're trying to push forward to the public? That's something to think about. So you need to investigate to find out why your product is not performing well. And then you can refine it and make it better. For one, early on Google Plus, I didn't include graphics in my posts. Nobody paid attention to, well, I guess people did pay attention to my posts, but I ended up getting a lot more notoriety and I ended up getting a lot more traffic to my website. And I got a lot better results once I started including graphics. Then we started doing posts with GIFs. Now we have a graphic designer that produces graphics for our communities and websites and what have you not. And that's another thing too. Do you take pride in what it is that you're doing? Like I was talking about a few minutes ago. Do you actually enjoy what it is you're writing about? Because it looks to me like most of the people on Google Plus, they're just writing content, again, to sell their product, service, or content, and they don't care about what it is they're actually writing about. If you're not passionate about it, I'm not either. Neither is anyone else. Nobody cares. Nobody cares that you need to make money and you have bills to pay. We all do too. Nobody cares that you want to sell your product or service or content. Seriously, they don't care. What people do care about is what they're interested in. So if you have something that they're interested in to offer, now you're scoring brownie points. Now you're gaining followers. Now you're getting people that actually have real, genuine interest in what you have to offer to the world. And this is the other thing too. Like I said, I do 0.1% of my total marketing. That's it. And people on organic search, from organic search engines and from social media, from sites like places like Facebook, Google Plus, Twitter, etc., Pinterest, whatever, they do 99.9% of all my marketing for me. I do a very, very, very small fraction, and I get extremely good results. So if it works for me, this is something that can work for you too. It's just a matter of whether you're finding what it is that you're really passionate about and actually making it a reality. So ditch all the stuff that if you don't have any interest in social media marketing and you're trying to sell social media marketing services, like half these people in strategic social networking, they obviously have no interest in it. They're just trying to make a buck. It won't work because you're not offering anything you're not offering a reason to anyone to actually want to do business with you. Okay, so now we're going to move on to that will wrap up the social media marketing concept that I wanted to talk about for today. Now we're going to get on to this next part is geared specifically towards members of the strategic social networking community solely. Yeah, we have seen a lot of people that are just producing content for the purposes of getting traffic to their site to convert on that traffic. That is not allowed here. And for those who are doing it, you need to stop. If you're not writing content for users that is meant to help somebody in some manner or be useful in some way, then you don't need to post it here. And yes, we can't tell the difference. We do have ways to do that. For one, no one's new here. We've all been the managers who run this community. We've been in this game for a long time, and we know what to look for. And we've let a few things slide for some time now, and some things are going to change. But yeah, this is not a flea market where you can just peddle services and products out to people, write a dry, boring article that obviously there was no thought involved, and it is totally useless to anyone, and it's just for the purpose of you trying to make a fast buck. So stop doing that. If you're doing that now, stop doing it. It's not good for the community. It's not good for you. It's not good for the users on Google+. It's not going to do anything for your business. Obviously, it hasn't. I've seen this. I see it every day, so I know how this stuff works. So moving forward, no, this is not a place. You are welcome to mention your products and your services and your business interests here, but not outside of the concept of informative content of some sorts. Or something that invokes discussion that is relevant to the community's thing, which is social networking, making a connection with other people, social media. Marketing and web publishing go hand in hand with that. We do have a web publishing section as well. Eventually, later on down the road, we may make some changes, and at some point, we may allow people on a small scale to market their products and services and content in the community under the condition that that product, that service, that content is relevant to the community discussion in the theme of the community, and that it is something that is actually helpful and useful to community members. That is not something that a decision has been made on right now. That is something we are currently exploring. And I will gladly give you guys some more information on that when it becomes available, but it's nothing that's going to happen right now, right this minute. This would be later on down the road, most likely sometime in the new year. But we may at some point allow people to showcase a product that they have or a service that they want to pitch. And that being said, you can also expect too that if we do roll out something like we do plan to roll this out and implement these plans, that it's likely that you will be expected to describe in detail what your product or service or content is, why users should want it, and why should people want to purchase this product or service, and why is it useful to people, to your target audience. And that would be acceptable at that point in time. For right now, we do not allow advertising the community in any way, shape, or form. You can mention your products and services in your post. You can do it at the end of your post, not at the beginning of your post. If you do it at the beginning of your post will get deleted. If you are posting, if you are advertising, if your posts are purely advertisements, the guidelines that we have enforced right now is that you're instantly banned. Game over. You're gone. Those are the rules. If you are just marketing, you're just trying to sell stuff to the community. You think this is a flea market, and it happens every day. People get banned here every day for that. So don't do it, because it's not good. And it's not good for everybody. It's not good for the community. Just leave that out. So if you guys have any questions or comments for me or community management, or you have any concerns, you're welcome to leave a comment on this post, and I will try to check up on it. We may repost this video tomorrow as well, so the people that didn't see it this evening will get a chance to see it tomorrow morning. I think that would be a good idea. We can do that too. And as far as the advertising stuff goes, like I said, that's going to be later on down the road. For right now, you cannot advertise directly in the community. You can have advertisements on your website for your products, your services. Yes, you can. You can ask people to subscribe to a newsletter. You can detail, but it should not be outside of the context of informative content. Have to stay there. Those are the rules. And I personally, things are really busy around here. I work 80, 90 hours a week. Some of the other people here do here too. And we just want to make sure that the people that are producing quality content for people, and they really do take a true interest in social media and social media marketing and social networking, that their content gets seen. Because what's happened is we get to the point where people are just posting one post after another of just, dry, boring content that's, like I said, it's useless to anyone. And then the people who have real informative content that some of us could use, that we could learn from, that I could learn and you could learn something from, that content just gets drowned out. It's way further down the stream and people don't see it, and it's not fair. And that's another thing too. If you are in the community, and I noticed this a couple nights ago, somebody posted, I think they made 2 posts, and then about an hour later they made 3 more. Don't do that. Don't do that. If you want to make a couple posts a day to strategic, if you write a few articles a day and you want to make a few posts, you're welcome to do that. That's totally fine. But make a post, wait a while, wait a couple of hours, and then come back and make another post, and so forth. So if you want to do that, you're welcome to do that. Regarding spam, one more note, and then we're gonna patch this up, and that'll be the end of the show here. If you are posting the same post inside of multiple communities, whether you know it or not, and I'm telling you, this is just the way it is, and I don't make the rules for this, Google will mark it as spam. Once it's marked as spam, it gets dumped into the community spam folder. And unless a community moderator or manager, owner, whoever decides to approve that post, it will remain there and will not be available to the public. 99% of the time, it's not available to the public, and they will not be able to see it. So I would really think twice before taking the same post and making it to multiple communities. In fact, you can make a sure bet. If you take the same post and you post it twice to 2 different communities, you're almost guaranteed it's going to get marked as spam. So here's what you can do that does work. You can take your article, publish it to your website, post it one time to one community. If you don't, you start throwing it all over communities, all over Google+, it's going to get marked as spam, and then no one's going to see it. And then you're going to end up like with a lot of these people are at today, which is they have a profile with 10,000 posts, 10,000 communities, and not a single plus one on any of the posts. People don't even know it's even there. They never even saw them because they're in the spam folder. And they're still there, or they got rejected or deleted. And that's the way that is. So don't do that. You just want... You can make a post to the community, and then you can take that post and you can share it back to public. Google knows that you want to share your content with your followers. They know that. We know that too, and I'm all for it. If you want to make your post to the community and you want to share it back to public so your followers can see it too, great. Just make sure to throw in some notes there, put in a nice description so that people know what you're talking about, and then everything will work for you. And then you're not getting banned from one community after the other. I don't know how many times a day I get a notification from people going, I got banned. What do I do? How can I get back in? And it's probably a good idea to read the guidelines. We have rules for a reason. We follow Google Google's guidelines to a T. I mean, there are no exceptions. Whatever Google says the rules are, we follow 100%. And then we also have our own guidelines. So it's a really good idea before people just start spamming all over Google Plus and just start posting and doing whatever they want. Check check out Google's guidelines for Google Plus regarding pages, communities, and profiles, etc. What's acceptable, what's not. This will help to keep you from ending up in any trouble later on down the road. And the same goes for communities. When you enter a new community, do yourself a favor. Check the about section. Usually there'll be something listed there. Like we have listing in all of our communities that helps people to familiarize themselves with what our guidelines are for our communities. And the guidelines change. The guidelines for one community may be completely different from another. So the best thing to do is to just make sure that you are following the rules, and then you're not getting banned. Read those guidelines. It's worth the extra 10 minutes to do it, to check out Google's guidelines for Google Plus. It's worth the extra, maybe even 20 minutes to read through all that stuff. It's totally worth it. And it's worth the extra minute or two to check out the guidelines for the communities that you're in so you're not making any mistakes. Because if it's probably bad for your business if you're trying to market a product or service and now you can't get into a community. And like I said, you can mention your product, services, and content in your post, but not outside of not outside of discussion of social media marketing, web publishing, something like that. It's something that's information technology related. All right, I'm going to patch that up for today, and I will see you guys probably next week, because we may be doing one of these videos once every week. I think is what we're going to try to aim to do, and I may not be the one doing them every week. In some cases, there may be other people doing videos to share with the community and regarding social media, social networking, and marketing, etc. All right, thanks all for listening, and you have a good day. Take care.